Boom.
Burn it down!
You're alive?
Yeah. We ready?
Yep.
All right. Welcome to the Burn It Down NASCAR podcast. Just a father and son discussing the week that was and talking about the upcoming championship weekend. Martinsville. That was a hell of a race.
Right.
Even the pace car couldn't keep in front when it was in front.
Yeah.
All right. What did you think?
It was pretty good. It was dominated by Denny, and I'm so glad he didn't win.
Yeah, so is everybody else in NASCAR world. I, I didn't get to post this, but I posted a lot of stuff. One of them was like circa 1930 or 2034. Him with a beard like mine. We'll get him next
Yeah.
year. It's but the one that I loved the best was someone doing a photo collage of nothing but blanks with this caption being Denny and all his championship
Championship
trophies. Yeah, man, NASCAR world had a world, everything from beat your favorite guy. I mean, it was all over the board. It was awesome.
Well, his smack talk throughout the year and wrecking Kyle Larson twice, and then blah blah blah. And guess what? Didn't matter, did it? Finishing third and dominating, getting 59 points didn't matter, did it?
It did not. I really liked towards the end of the race where they kept telling William, because I had texted you during the race. I was like, "Oh, William is in trouble. He's in trouble," because he was one of our final four picks. And they kept telling him, all you got to do is stay above 18th, stay above 18th. No matter what Denny does, just stay above 18th. And he had a rough start, fell back pretty hard, and but got back up there. So, and I'm not necessarily a Denny hater, but I hate his attitude. And here's your comeuppance, boy.
Yeah.
Get a little humble. Maybe you get a little more people on your side. I heard, and I don't know if it was on Sirius or where it was. Denny's just got too much going on in his head. He's not focused. He's got the whole 2311 thing going on. He's doing his podcast. He's just what's his contract status? You know what? I don't even
They
know
extended
that.
it, yeah. They extended it. But he also he also put on Twitter, it's been a fun run. Thanks all 11 fans, something like that. So he's kind of being cryptic, like maybe he's not. I don't know.
Because I don't know how much of this Joe Gibbs is going to put up with more. You know what I'm saying? Get your head in the game and stop all the outside curricular activities and because Joe Gibbs isn't going to put up with this self-righteous BS that Denny extrudes all the time.
Yeah, Denny Hamlin signs multi-year contract extension with Joe Gibbs in September.
Okay. I seem to remember that. I just didn't.
The agreement details were not disclosed. So it says multi-year. That's all it says.
All right. Well, Mr. Ryan Blaney punches his ticket with the win. He wasn't dominant, but he was good all day long. He stayed in there.
He was the best car overall over like runs because his car just stayed fast. It wasn't fast in the beginning. Like some cars are really good in the beginning, they die out. His was just consistent the whole run. That's why he was able to run down Eric Almirola and Kyle Larson and pass all of them. Because his car was just
Oh,
steadily good.
what I was really kind of focused on and surprised by was literally the dominance of the Fords this weekend. We haven't seen this kind of dominance in the top 10 by
And
the
they're getting a new
Fords.
car next year.
Yeah. Yeah, the Dark Horse Mustang.
They're so bad they gotta get a whole new car. Okay, what about Chevy? They're getting a new. They have to get a new something because the Camaro is going away. So
Yeah.
why is it okay if my thing, if Ford's getting an updated on their car, why aren't the other two getting an update? So they're not so similar now. You know what I'm saying? Why aren't the other two getting an update? Is Ford so far behind? No.
I don't know. I suppose the manufacturers have the options of submitting
Changes.
their picks for what they want to do. I don't know. But like I was saying, I was totally impressed by the dominance of Ford in the top 10. You had Blaney that won it, Almirola in second, Briscoe in fourth, Logano in fifth, Busher in eighth, Cindric in ninth, and Gillen, he's a Ford in 10th. You had Denny in a Toyota in third, Larson in a Chevy in sixth. I was just shocked. I mean, you're looking at, eight out of the top 10 were Fords.
Mm-hmm.
We haven't seen that in all year. It was amazing to me. Bubba came home in 11th, Truex in 12th, Byron in a Chevy in 13th, Chastain, of course, in a Chevy in 14th. Harrison Burton, Kevin Harvick, 15th, 16th, Elliott, Ty Gibbs, man, that guy was a ping pong ball. I guess there was some retribution exacted by Joey Logano against Ty Gibbs. I didn't realize there was a little bit of a
Yeah, but
problem there.
where? I don't understand
Yeah.
where they come from.
It came right out that was payback. Notables, yeah, Tyler Reddick, clear back. My boy, I really thought he was going to make it into the Final Four, and he didn't. But he's in 26th, Kyle Busch in 27th. Alex Bowman, man, I don't know what's going on with him. He's kind of like Martin Truex of JGR. You got the same equipment, you got everything the same, and you just can't do anything.
Like I said, I'm surprised they extended his contract. I thought he was going to go to Stuart Haas or something.
No, we got things to talk about there.
Mm-hmm.
So anyway, that's a recap of the race. Your final four for the championship are Larson, Bell, Byron, and Blaney. I had 3 out of 4. The only one I got wrong was Reddick because I just really believed he was going to get her done. You had 2 out of 4. With Byron and Larson, you also picked Truex and Busher. Of course, they didn't make it. So for the season on the brackets, I finally won something. I had 236 in points. You had 219. And I take a little bit of pride in that. For our little game that we do, you're up 18, so you won the playoffs as far as using the NASCAR Fantasy League and the way the points are accumulated there. So end of that, you got me by 18 points, which is all right. I'm used to losing. And we'll save our picks for when we're almost done. Uh, I do want. I could not believe when the pace car got rubber up underneath the left rear and tore out the wiring harness.
Yeah, wiring to the wheel. Yeah,
What kind?
it's the rubber that got laid down by the drivers, and the rubber just got caught up on that. Yeah, not something you see every
I had
day.
to bring up
Yep.
people. I'm 61 years old. I've been watching NASCAR for the better part of 40 years. I have never, ever in my life seen him have to bring out a backup pace
I
car.
didn't even know they had two pace cars. Usually like Indianapolis, they have two pace cars for the first half and second half, and then they combine them two at the end. But I've never knew they had two for pace cars. That's different for me.
I've never seen this. They had a backup.
Yeah,
Oh, whatever. Um, just stupid crap.
yeah.
All right. News and views. Goings ons in the NASCAR world. What do you got?
I have no idea. I had too much shit going on this week to know. I do though. There's some, but I don't have off the top of my head.
All right. Well, I've got a lot of stuff wrote down that I do want to drop some knowledge on some people with. Did you know that Joe Gibbs Racing is the only team to have at least one driver in the Final Four every year since the chase has been incepted in 2014?
No.
They are the only one. Hendricks isn't in that camp.
Yeah.
Penske
Here's the
isn't
thing:
in
is
that.
how many have won? None. You know, Kyle Busch twice. That's
I was
it.
going to say Kyle Busch.
Kyle Busch has only
has-
won twice.
Yep.
There's no other
Of
ones.
course, Hamlin's never won. Truex won when he was
He's
with
a
Furniture Row.
Yeah.
But I thought that was an interesting thing. They're the only ones that have ever had every single year since the chase somebody in. So I thought that was cool.
So Hendrick won.
Um,
I'm trying to say who won every year since then. I know Harvick won. So Harvick, we got Logano twice, Kyle Busch twice, we got Chase Elliott, Kyle Larson. Who are the other winners? I can't remember.
Oh, Jimmy Johnson.
Okay.
Uh,
I have to look.
yeah. Another little. I'll let you do that, and because looks like you want to do that.
I just to go. Oh. Hey, not. Joey Logano, Kyle Larson, then Elliott, then Busch, then Logano, then Truex, then Jimmy Johnson, then Busch, then Harvick. Then you said 2014 when they implemented this?
Who?
You said 2014 is when they implemented this?
No, I think it was 06.
But from 2006, it was Jimmy Johnson, Jimmy Johnson, Jimmy Johnson, Jimmy Johnson, Jimmy Johnson. Tony Stewart, then Brad Keselowski, then Jimmy Johnson. Harvick, Busch, Johnson, Truex, Logano, Busch, Elliott, Larson, Logano.
So Johnson's never won a championship outside of the chase format?
Looked like it. 2006 he won, 2007 he won, 8, 9, 10, 13.
Okay. Well, I just thought it was interesting that whatever year they instituted the chase format, JGR is the only organization that's had a team in the Final Four every single year. So, all right. Another thing that I want to tackle is the Xfinity race. Did you watch the end of that, or at least
Oh, I watched a little bit. I think
With
I think
Creed
I
and
think you
Austin
texted
Hill?
me and I watch it. No, I think you texted me and then I watched the replays about his pass and yeah, all that. Like I don't know why Richard's mad because he's leaving. If it wasn't for that, Richard wouldn't have said what he said.
Well, and Andy Petrie jumped in and all over Sheldon's backside as
Dude,
well.
if that was anybody else, it would been fine. It's just because Sheldon Creed's leaving him just like Reddick did, so he's gonna say whatever the bullshit he says. That move, he was trying to win.
He didn't do, in my view, the way I saw it, Austin Hill came down on him.
There is no like. It's just.
I don't think, and even Dale Jr. in his podcast said he didn't do anything wrong. He was racing. Hill came down. He pushed back. And of course, Allgaier gets the win, which was amazing because he almost wrecked himself in the wall in the last turn. But I just was very irritated at Childress and Andy Petrie for going all big and badass on Sheldon Creed. I don't think Creed did anything wrong.
He's trying to win the race. Denny Hamlin's done way worse. Like, don't call him the stupid son of a bitch. Like, shut up. In my opinion. And the funny thing, I saw comments on it, and he goes, someone Richard doesn't want to hear the fact that Sheldon Creed's better than Austin Dillon.
Oh, absolutely. I've seen that too. You know, for someone to get all over Sheldon Creed, his grandson needs to. Yeah, I've heard all that. But the good news for Sheldon Creed is he has been rewarded with a contract for Joe Gibbs Racing.
Yeah, I heard the rumor. I don't know if it was true or not, but I don't know why it wouldn't be true.
And in his leaving, Jesse Love, who I had to look him up, is in that car next year. Contract signed, sealed, and delivered.
Probably a prospect.
Yeah, I think so too.
At least that person's probably deserving of it over Hailie Deegan, but that's just
I'm just gonna leave that alone. We're at the end of the year. I'm just
saying.
Leave.
He's probably he was deserving.
All right. I guess I'm just gonna do some quick hits here. Eric Almirola announced again. Silly season's kind of kicking in here pretty good. Eric Almirola has announced he is retiring, or at least he's not coming back to Stewart-Haas Racing. And they're saying Noah Gragson has got that ride in the 10 car.
With all the shit that's happened, probably better off. Same with Kyle Larson. His stuff. Be out for a year, get a way better ride, and actually win races. Compete for, and it's going to be the same thing there for Noah.
Well, if you think about it, Noah is, I don't want to say very similar or just like, but him and Tony Stewart are damn near two peas in a pod as far as their attitude.
Yeah. And it's funny, if you didn't realize Josh Berry from Junior's going there, now Noah's going there. I wonder, and no, Trace Briscoe wasn't. He was a Stewart-Haas guy, so I don't know where Priest was all over the place. So, technically half of Junior Motorsports is Stewart-Haas now.
Yeah.
With Josh Berry and Noah.
And hey, maybe they got something going on with the Dark Horse, and Ford gets a mulligan for next year.
It'll be interesting. It'll be interesting what type of sponsorships they have. If anything, it'll be Haas. I would assume Haas be sponsoring that 10 car now, since
Smithfield has announced they're
leaving. And then why Noah is gone. It'd be the same thing as Kyle Larson. He couldn't find any sponsorship, so Hendricks Cars did it. So I wonder if it'll be a Stewart-Haas sponsorship car until he can prove himself, and then get sponsors like Valvoline did for Kyle and all these other ones. So it'd be interesting what sponsors he gets for that 10 car.
Well, my opinion is Tony needs to get re-involved and serious about the NASCAR thing, or Stuart Haas is,
Well, with the new Ford, you never know now.
yeah.
New Mustang, not new Ford. The new Mustang.
Are you done with that one?
Yeah.
Okay. Another thing I wanted to call out, which is great. Jason Ratcliffe. He's crew chief. And he's been a crew chief for a lot of people. He's going to retire after Phoenix this coming week. Now, why I think this is awesome, here's some folks that he crew chief for. JJ Yaley, Eric Almirola, Kyle Busch, Denny Hamlin, Joey Logano, Harrison Burton, Jamie McMurray, Casey Atwood, clear back at Evernham,
Yeah, that's a long time ago.
David Green, who I don't know if you can remember one of the times we were camping at MIS. David Green's crew was
Mm-hmm.
camping right next to us. Do you remember that?
Yeah,
Brian
kind of.
Vickers at Michael Waltrip Racing, Matt Kenseth, and Christopher Bell. He has 800 starts, 15 wins in the Cup. 14 of them were with Matt Kenseth. He has a record win of 57 in the Xfinity among various drivers. Great dude. I think he worked with Roush. He worked with JGR. Of course, Michael Waltrip Racing. I think Logano was also JGR when he was there. Hamlin would have been, and Kyle Busch with JGR. But it's just I'm just giving a good shout out to a guy that he's been a journeyman. He's moved around a lot, but man, uh, Jamie McMurray would have been with Roush. Casey Atwood would have been with Evernham Motorsports. Like I said, just I want to give him a shout out. Great dude. 800 starts was at Martinsville. He's going to go out with 801. And I just thought that was really cool. An icon in the sport.
Yeah.
All right. I've got two more little bitty things. This one pertains to the state of NASCAR. The TV ratings for Martinsville, and again, Martinsville were down 13+%. People have had it with this new car. They're just not watching because it's not a stock car. And I want to encourage everybody to please watch the truck race at Phoenix. I believe it's Friday night on FS1. For no other reason, Carl Edwards is making a comeback, or at least a cameo appearance, and he's racing the truck. I think it's for Rackley at Phoenix, and I want to see how he does. He's been out of a car for 3 or 4 years now, maybe longer. And I want to see if this sparks something in him to at least come back in the cup, or I mean, not the cup, but trucker.
Junior would easily.
Oh, Junior put him in a car so fast.
Well, if he wants to feel certain, he's gonna feel it in this truck. If he goes to Junior and say, hey, I wanted to race this race, this race, this race, and this race, Junior be like, all right, go. It would be no brainer. Just what number you want? Here's what we got. All right, cool. I'll get you sponsors, and I guarantee you that would be easy for him.
Oh, easy. I am so excited. Just I've always kind of liked the truck series because they're quicker, shorter races. I don't like some of the rules about Truck Series as far as restrictions, tires, blah blah blah. But I'm telling you what, I'm gonna be glued to the TV Friday night watching this race. Sure, it's gonna be nice to see who wins championship, but just because Carl Edwards is in the race, I'm gonna be so on it. He was one of my all-time faves. So, all right. Anything else you want to talk about before we do a little predicting here?
No. There's any NASCAR popped up. Mainly the news today was all that new Ford that's coming out.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
Yeah, look, while I was waiting for you, I didn't see much of anything.
Bubba Wallace gives Star Wars collaboration.
So is Reddick. So what?
Um,
Not that I'm knocking you. I'm just saying.
yeah, no,
Okay.
yeah, I know. Not much. Is mainly just the championship news. After the first of the year, I think not first of the year. After this race or two, that's when silly season will really settle in.
Mm-hmm.
Like Harvick's completely out. We already know who's going there. Josh Berry.
And they're doing championship awards in Nashville this
Yeah,
year.
they always do in Nashville.
Hmm. They've been in Vegas, but
Oh, that's true. Yeah, there's nothing that I see. So nothing new, at least yet. But usually when we get off here, there's some breaking news on Twitter.
yeah, it happens pretty regular. That's for sure. All right. Then let's do the big one. Who's your championship? And I don't even think I have to give you more than one guess.
Kyle Larson.
Okay.
He knows it. He's literally come out almost every stage, new stage, whatever it's called, and come out and won. When it comes down to the crunch time, he's won it. He knows he's been here for this race. It's either him or Byron.
Didn't he win the spring race?
Byron did.
Byron did. Okay.
It's either him or Byron, and Byron won it. So, but it's obviously a different time of year. So, but they have the data for it. So I'm pretty sure they're gonna go back to that car. So it's gonna be a Hendrick car. I just don't know which one. No way. I don't think Bell's gonna win. Which I know who you're gonna pick is Bell.
you saw my post.
Yeah, I know you're gonna pick Bell. I just don't think Bell. I mean, I just think he's gonna be the Chastain of this year. He's just gonna lag behind. I think.
Can I give you my rationale for why I think it's going to be Bell?
Go ahead.
As much of an asshole as Denny Hamlin is, I think he's going to turn into a team player and do whatever he can to keep Team Hendrick behind Bell.
If that's
I'm
the
not
case,
saying
if that's the
Bell's
case,
good.
Chase will take him out.
You're right. I think this could be a very, very interesting race, but I think that let's just see how this plays out. This is going to be interesting, fun, and everything to watch. But I think at the end, when the dust settles, and I don't like this, I really don't, because I'm a Larson fan. I'm a Hendricks fan. But I think there's going to be what are you going to do? Suspend him? I think Christopher Bell will be the one. I'm not saying he's going to win the race. Because in the championship week, you don't have to win the race. All you have to do is finish above the other three.
Usually it comes down to having to win, though.
Right. But all points are gone. There's no points anymore. It's over with. It's whoever finishes above the other three. Simple. That's it. They don't take into consideration anything. It's whoever finishes of the four the highest. That's who wins. So I don't like it, but my head is telling me, Christopher Bell, you're going Larson. You already beat me in my little game that I invented that I couldn't even win when I made the rules. You beat me in fantasy league. I did beat you in brackets, but because I knew you were going to pick Larson or Byron, one of the two. So
Byron's
I'm
had a
going
hot
with
streak, but last week kind of worried me. And Larson's
Yeah.
had 3 weeks. 3 weeks to get their car right.
They have.
And I
they haven't performed,
guarantee you, Jeff Daniels or whatever his crew chief, Kyle Larson's crew chief,
Cliff Daniels.
Cliff Daniels went to Byron's stats and looked at his car from Phoenix spring race and compared to theirs, and I guarantee you, they got that car dialed in. If he's not front row for qualifying, I'd be surprised.
Are they overthinking it?
No.
Okay.
They've been there before. The last two, top 12 and top 8, he won the first race because that's what they needed to do.
Exactly. No, I'm not. Again, and I'm not going to be mad. It's just I got to pick something different than you to win the brackets. That's all I'm saying. And I knew where you were going, so I'm going. Anyway, I'd love to see Larson win again. Believe me, I really would. It won't make me mad either way, other than I get to tell you next week, I was right or I was wrong.
Yeah.
So, all right, man. Again, nothing real earth-shattering going on, so I don't want to waste people's time here.
Yeah, there's no news like at all. I literally looked through like 4 pages. There's nothing.
Okay. Well, if you're done, I'm done.
Yeah, I'm good.
All right, guys. Thanks for whoever's out there. Tell your friends. Help us out here. We'll see you next week.
Burn it down!